On the phone with us is Jason Michael Carroll, and you're calling live from Vegas. Is that right?
Sure am, buddy.
Or you just hanging around after the ACMs, or did you do a show out there, or what's been going on with you?
Well, yeah, it's kind of that whole Southwest Airlines convertible plane policy that didn't really take off. I'm stuck here.
Yeah, I don't. Well, you know what? I think that's it's better to probably a good idea to be stuck instead of flying Southwest right now. They've certainly had their troubles.
Don't get me wrong. I don't want to look a gift horse in the mouth now. I mean, that whole skylight was a nice gesture. Maybe they need to send it back to the idea room though.
You know, I know we talked about this briefly back a few weeks ago, but it seems like the folks around here just seem to connect with you as an artist. You were here because you've been here a couple of times, since you've kind of started at Soybean Festival in Martin last fall, and then a couple of years ago, you performed at the Obion County Fair, which is here in the same town, and you had an interesting story about your visit. When you came here for the first time, I understand you rode your bike all the way. Tell us about that a little bit.
Yeah, we decided, I'm an avid motorcycle rider. I love riding my Harley, and my piano player and I decided we were going to let the bus roll on without us, and we have a nice ride, riding in from Nashville to Union City, and the plan was perfect, except for the fact that we chose to do that on the record-breaking hottest day of the year. I think it was like 105 or something that day, and it was nuts because we had to stop every 20 minutes for water to drink, and then we had the worst sunburn when we got there, and it was awesome. But we got there, had a great time playing, and then we had to ride our bikes back. And with sunburn, any amount of wind makes you feel like you're freezing. Yeah. And so we wound up riding all the way back to Nashville, freezing our tails off.
Oh man! So you had a learning experience from that, I imagine. So
it was. Always wear a long sleeve shirt even when you don't think you're gonna need it.
All right, tell us about what's going on with you. You've got the brand new song "Numbers," which we're going to play here in just a couple of minutes, and you've got a new CD coming out this year. And tell us about the tie-in with Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, we do actually. The new song "Numbers" actually just launched nationwide yesterday, and you can actually pick it up on iTunes now as well. And we're the first artist that Cracker Barrel has actually explored radio promotion with as an option. So we've got a radio promotion budget to go around and really push this thing, hopefully up the charts with our fans' help, of course. And then we've got the ability to put them on iTunes, to sell them digitally, which is something Cracker Barrel's never done. Now, the partnership's really cool because, several years ago I was a waiter at Cracker Barrel, and actually I kind of got started singing in a Cracker Barrel. Was one of the first places I sang in public besides church growing up. I walked by a table. This lady was sitting there. I wound up singing as I walked by, and she heard me singing and asked me if I could sing to her, this little old lady by herself. And so I went and asked the manager, and he's busy in the back, and he's throwing dishes around and trying to get everybody's orders out. And he's like, "Dude, whatever you got to do, just go do it." So I went out and kneeled down by our table, and I said, "Okay, I'm going to sing to you." And I started singing. She said, "Hold on a minute, son." And she stood up and she yelled to the restaurant, and she's waving her arms in the air. "Everybody, y'all be quiet. This young man's going to sing to me." And I'm like, "Oh, Jesus." So and my face turns beet red. All of the servers stop in the lobby. The managers come out of the kitchen, and they're staring at me. I wound up singing, I think, Tim McGraw's "Where Green Grass Grows," I think. Yeah. And I remember getting a $5 tip from the table across the restaurant. It wasn't even mine. And after that, I had people waiting on a Friday night, the busiest night of the week, for my section to open up. Even if other tables were available, they'd wait for my section so I could sing to them.
Awesome, and it all started at Cracker Barrel, and now they're a sponsor, if you will. So that's what a great story that is.
Yeah, so we're back at Cracker Barrel again,
full circle. Yeah, except you don't have to worry about the $5 tips now. That's awesome. So you mentioned the digital download. So, but when the full project comes out, will that be available in the store?
Yeah, absolutely. July 25th, when the record comes out, you'll be able to go to Cracker Barrel Old Country Stores and pick up a biscuit and grab my CD.
Right,
and
cool.
And then it'll also be available on iTunes as well. Now, what's really cool about that is Cracker Barrel is going to have, I think, 1 to 2 tracks on their album at their store that are not going to be on the iTunes version. And I believe the iTunes version is going to have 1 to 2 tracks that the Cracker Barrel version doesn't have.
Well, I don't know about the full project, folks, but let me just say that the first single, when listening to it here just last week when we got the advance on it, it just shows Jason here progressing as an artist. He's getting better and better with everything he does, and I'm looking forward to the entire project because if it's anything like this first single, it's going to be a great CD. Really.
Tell you what, my fans out there, they're the ones who really, make me push to make the CDs we do, and I mean, I'm the kind of artist that when we write a new song, if there's a song I want to record, I'll go out there and start playing it right away just to see if it works. And if it doesn't work, then it won't be on the record. And we did that with Where I'm From. I was playing that almost a full year out live before that record even came out. And now the same thing with Numbers. We've been playing this since probably last summer, and we're already working it. Here it is as a single right now. So
wow, awesome.
It's pretty exciting. The fans make it, and with this project, I didn't have anybody standing over my shoulder telling me what to record and how it should sound, and so we really kind of geared this album toward what the fans know from me live, and so I'm excited about seeing where it goes.
All right, Jason Michael Carroll, this is his new song Numbers on 104.9 and 96.1 KYTN.